Have you ever wondered how a Miami real estate investor could start with just $75,000 and uncover opportunities among luxury oceanfront properties in South Florida? Welcome to Real Estate Capital and Growth USA, where we explore true-to-life journeys inside America's most dynamic property markets. Today, you'll step into one story that reveals how Miami's skyline, culture, and architecture continue to attract ambitious investors from across the country. Let's dive in. What drew this investor toward Miami's luxury coastline in the first place? Stop sign warning disclaimer: this content is purely educational and informative. It is not financial or legal advice. Always consult a licensed professional for any personal decisions. Scrapers reflecting the Atlantic sun. Before stepping into any transaction, this investor spent years simply observing how neighborhoods like Brickell, Wynwood, and Edgewater adapted to Miami's continuous growth. That moment of observation was not about numbers or contracts. It was about understanding the heartbeat of a market that attracts both domestic and international real estate investors. Now, let's explore what sparked this investor's first step into Miami's high-value market. The investor began by studying business credit trends for Real Estate USA, realizing that access to financing often determined how quickly opportunities could be seized. By walking through local developments, visiting model homes, and networking at community investment events, the investor began to see how capital, whether through business credit lines, DSCR loans, or private money lenders, played a central role in Miami's property expansion. Rather than chasing trends, they sought to understand the flow of funding that built this city from the ground up. While many looked at oceanfront luxury purely as lifestyle, this investor saw patterns: how real estate business lines of credit and cash-out refinance strategies allowed developers to reshape old districts into new communities. Each block of Miami told a financing story, from Little Havana's multifamily renovations to Brickell's modern towers financed through OPM, other people's money, strategies. These weren't quick wins, they were reflections of long-term financial architecture shaping the skyline. Over time, the investor noticed that understanding credit stacking for Real Estate USA and high-limit business credit cards opened doors to partnerships that might otherwise remain out of reach. In Miami's ecosystem, credit is not only a number, it's a narrative of trust and scalability. By aligning with ethical lenders and maintaining transparency, our investor learned that successful property growth comes not from luck, but from structure and discipline. Miami's luxury coastline became more than an address, it was a classroom. Through observation, research, and adaptability, the investor realized that real estate in South Florida reflects America's wider economic rhythm, innovation driven by opportunity. Each skyscraper, each condo, and each neighborhood carries a financing story that continues to evolve, proof that success begins with insight, not speculation. The initial $75,000 opportunity. In the landscape of real estate financing USA, even a small opportunity can open the door to long-term growth. For our featured Miami investor, that opportunity began with a $75,000 listing in a quiet gated community near Coral Gables, a space defined by calm streets, tropical trees, and a sense of understated luxury. This wasn't a story of instant profit, it was about entering the rhythm of a market that rewards patience, observation, and education. At this stage, the focus wasn't on high returns but on learning the fundamentals, reviewing listings, understanding HOA regulations, and studying the financing models that often support entry-level real estate ventures in South Florida. Let's explore how this initial step became the foundation for sustainable growth in one of the most competitive real estate markets in the United States. The investor began by analyzing how DSCR loans for rental properties and No-Doc Real Estate Loans USA were reshaping small property investments. Instead of chasing complex strategies, they explored how such financing tools allowed first-time investors to build experience and confidence. In the Miami-Dade area, understanding loan structures, from business credit lines for real estate to private money lending options, often meant identifying which approach best matched the scale and potential of a starter property. During site visits, the investor took notes on cash-out refinance strategies for rental income, and observed how other property owners leveraged business credit cards for real estate improvements. These techniques, used responsibly and under professional guidance, illustrated how small entry points can evolve into larger financing opportunities. Rather than rushing to expand, the investor focused on the principle of scalability, learning how financing flexibility could determine the pace of growth. Over time, what began as a modest $75,000 investment turned into an education on how to fund multiple real estate deals. The experience revealed that smart capital allocation, consistent research, and collaboration with ethical lenders are what sustain long-term real estate success. The investor's mindset evolved from seeing property as a single asset to viewing it as part of a growing network of value, trust, and opportunity across Miami's real estate scene. That first $75,000 property became more than a purchase, it became a blueprint for disciplined investing. Through curiosity and observation, the investor discovered that every transaction tells a story of timing, credit, and location. In Miami, where real estate meets innovation, each step, no matter how small, contributes to a greater understanding of how Real Estate Financing USA continues to drive growth across the nation. Discovering luxury deals. As exposure increased, our Miami real estate investor began to encounter luxury properties that reshaped their understanding of what defines value in South Florida's high-end market. From the sleek waterfront condos of Brick Hill to the art-inspired villas of Sunny Isles Beach, each property revealed the fusion of architecture and atmosphere that makes Miami one of the most exclusive real estate landscapes in the United States. These discoveries weren't about numbers, they were about vision. Each visit provided insight into how Luxury Real Estate Financing USA operates behind the scenes, connecting design, demand, and location. Now, let's step inside that transformation and explore how discovery became understanding in Miami's luxury market. The first experience came during a viewing at a bayfront high-rise, where the investor observed private docks lined with yachts and glass-walled penthouses that reflected the Atlantic light. Certain investors in similar environments study how private money lenders for real estate deals and business credit lines for property investment can play a role in high-value purchases. However, the true takeaway wasn't financial. It was about observing the scale of opportunity in a city built on global attention and aspirational living. As the journey continued, our investor encountered luxury listings that showcased innovation, properties designed with smart home systems, solar roofing, and eco-friendly interiors. Some investors focus on high-limit business credit cards for real estate improvements or cash-out refinance strategies to modernize existing assets, yet here, the lesson was about evolution, how Miami adapts to shifting market preferences without losing its signature allure. Each tour deepened the understanding that luxury in Miami is more than aesthetic, it's an ecosystem built around sustainability, exclusivity, and experience. Over time, these discoveries expanded the investor's perspective. By visiting open houses and speaking with developers, they learned how certain luxury projects are financed through real estate syndication deals USA and commercial real estate investment opportunities, both of which often attract collaborative investors focused on long-term stability. The experience highlighted the importance of research, due diligence, and understanding trends, not pursuing quick gains, but appreciating how design and development shape Miami's reputation as a global luxury hub. Each luxury property told a story, not of wealth, but of vision and persistence. Miami remains a city where design, ambition, and financing intersect, creating opportunities that inspire both residents and observers. For our Miami real estate investor, these encounters revealed that success often begins with curiosity and evolves through observation and collaboration. Miami Market Insights. Miami real estate market insights reveal a city that continues to outperform many U.S. metropolitan areas in both luxury and sustainable development sectors. As market visibility expands through platforms like Realtor.com and regional MLS summaries, analysts have observed steady momentum in luxury real estate Miami, USA, particularly in communities embracing eco-friendly construction and waterfront design. These observations provide context beyond statistics. They show how culture, climate, and architecture interact to sustain Miami's identity as a global investment destination. Let's look deeper into these dynamics and understand how data, demand, and design converge in one of America's most competitive real estate landscapes. Public reports show continuous growth in premium neighborhoods such as Brickell, Coconut Grove, and Sunny Isles Beach. Here, demand often aligns with U.S. trends favoring energy-efficient homes, smart technology, and modern infrastructure. Certain investors study market analytics and comparative sales reports to understand value shifts, but the essential insight lies in how Miami's tropical climate influences architectural choices, open layouts, natural ventilation, and panoramic views that merge indoors with outdoors. In Coconut Grove, historic streets blend with new eco-conscious projects using solar panels, recycled materials, and water-efficient systems. Urban designers emphasize sustainability as a defining feature of Miami's next decade. Rather than focusing solely on returns, observers highlight long-term resilience and community value, showing how design innovation drives the city's reputation as a green real estate leader USA. Meanwhile, Sunny Isles Beach continues to attract international buyers, seeking oceanfront properties with resort-style amenities. Developers combine luxury interior architecture with sustainability certifications to meet global standards of comfort and efficiency. Analysts note that these market insights mirror a broader American trend: urban centers where design, technology, and lifestyle coexist to form enduring property value. From the analytics to the architecture, Miami stands as a living laboratory of real estate evolution. Its growth story is shaped by innovation, sustainability, and international demand, reinforcing the city's status as one of America's most watched property markets. For observers, the takeaway is clear: understanding trends provides perspective, not predictions. Evolution of the journey. Over time, our Miami real estate investors' journey evolved beyond individual property visits toward understanding the broader real estate ecosystem USA, where design, market dynamics, and collaboration intersect. This phase of learning involved observing how luxury renovations are executed, touring high-profile developments, and noting how architectural trends influence demand. It also highlighted how Miami's neighborhoods, from Star Island to Sunset Harbor, offer distinct opportunities for exploration, insight, and appreciation of the city's unique style and culture. Now, let's examine how these experiences built a foundation for strategic observation, and what insights emerge from a growing engagement with Miami's luxury property landscape. By attending property showcases and observing high-end renovations, the investor gained exposure to sophisticated project management and innovative design. Certain investors in Miami track trends using real estate syndication deals USA or study commercial real estate investment opportunities, yet here the focus remained descriptive, noticing architectural details, waterfront integration, and urban planning principles. Each observation provided perspective on how South Florida maintains its appeal among both domestic and international audiences. Visits to exclusive enclaves like Star Island introduced the investor to collaborations between developers, architects, and interior designers. These observational experiences reveal how certain private moneylenders for real estate deals are involved in high-value projects, without implying any personal strategy or advice. It underscored how Miami blends lifestyle, landscape, and luxury in ways that few U.S. cities replicate. The journey culminated in observing skyline transformations across Brickell and Miami Beach, where new construction projects and renovations redefine urban aesthetics. Certain observers focus on commercial real estate trends and multifamily property development USA, but the educational takeaway is understanding the rhythm and evolution of Miami's market rather than specific investment instructions. Each experience deepened the appreciation for how infrastructure, aesthetics, and vision converge in one of America's most dynamic property environments. The investor's evolution shows that knowledge, observation, and exposure are foundational elements of understanding Miami's luxury property scene. From high-end renovations to skyline changes, each phase offers a lens into the complexity and vibrancy of the market. These insights highlight trends and dynamics, but remember, this content is informational only. Always consult a licensed professional for any personal real estate considerations. This Miami real estate investor's journey, from a $75,000 beginning to engaging with luxury developments, highlights how diverse the property landscape in South Florida can be. It's a testament to curiosity, patience, and observation in one of America's most iconic markets. For those interested in exploring similar paths, remember, informed perspectives and professional guidance are essential for understanding real opportunities. Before we leave, remember, this content is purely educational and informative. It is not financial or legal advice. Always consult a licensed professional for any personal decisions. Thank you for watching this educational overview. Subscribe to Real Estate Capital and Growth USA for more stories revealing the evolving pulse of U.S. real estate.